Okay, here we go. Part 2 of 3. I was going to say, and then I decided to wait until this part. So they have the Green Ranger tied up, and, they could bring him back to the hideout or something. But they're not going to. I'm not going to complain. Just like, could you imagine Rita or someone? Should I have told them to bring it? No, I'm sure it'll be okay. Let's tie him up and let him squirm like a fish. By the way, to me, the Ranger beeping always reminded me of the Nickelodeon theme song, like Nickelodeon. I like how she's just sort of irritated. She's not stunned like what? Why would? But she's just like why? So I I love how she's just getting used to their nonsense, but is still irritated by it. I'd say that's a fair reaction. Oh, Scorpina's in this one? Hey! Scorpina was so underused as a villainess. Oh, that was abrupt. Just get right into it. Also, I have not yet watched the Beast Morphers episode in which Jason the Red Ranger came back, but I intend to. I'm not going to do a reaction, it's just for my own viewing, but I heard there's like this upgraded version of Goldar that he fights. There's another ad, and I'd love to see that because that was always an interesting thing. He and Goldar dueling, and sadly you didn't see that as often in the later episodes. Okay, there we go. Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen Giant Monster Scorpina. Of course, it's been a long time since I've seen her, period, except in toy form. Occasionally, videos will just pause. By the way, how close are these locations to Angel Grove? I can't you imagine locals wherever these places are just being concerned all the time, like why is a volcano erupting every few days? Well, yeah, it sounds like they didn't insulate his Zord. Oh, Goldar's enjoying every minute. Just every time he can fight the Tyrannosaurus. Because not only Jason Zord, but the leader Zord at that time. Oh, like curb stomping him. I let him squirm. I'm sure he'll be fine. Oh wait, I think I remember this part. Yeah, trying to Are they just debating over who gets to open the bag first? Okay, they did tie him up. Well, I mean tied him to a tree, not just let him squirm on the ground. Why are they you afraid? You afraid of a bag? Yeah, I remember this. Like, oh, he's sick. Let's check him out. Oh. Also, I'm curious when we see the wheel. So yeah, I do remember him faking being sick to distract them. Did he say on the other side of the park? Shouldn't he, if unless this is some huge park, shouldn't he be able to see? Yeah, there we go. Shouldn't he be able to see? It'd be funny if he just turned around like, oh yeah, I should have noticed that earlier. Also, I'm not trying to be mean by making heckling little comments. I don't have any bad intent. It's just fun to joke and be lighthearted. Oh, there it is. Spin wheel, spinning around. Does anyone remember that show? Oh, then again, it was from like mid to late 80s. Like I'd come home from kindergarten and catch the end of I think it was called, I forget if it were called Spinwheel or Pinwheel, but it was a children's show on Nick Jr. I don't know when the second commercial break is. I may or not just have this be two parts based on whether or not I can tell when there's a commercial break. Yeah, this takes me back. Now, looking at it now, I wonder if, and there's an ad, I wonder if that's based on a weapon. Um, I forget exactly what it's called, but it was according to Hindu mythology, one of the gods had a weapon that was like a big ring that spun and had blades on it to cut enemies like a buzzsaw. I wonder if that's if if the monster wheel is based on that, because you notice it's serrated. I swear this is like when you're bothered by gnats, like, ah, get away. Oh, none of you knew the giant spiked wheel was going to try to wipe you out. Yeah, there we go. See? Bringing out the big guns. I swear it just suddenly pauses for no reason sometimes. Got tickets to the gun show. So who would win? A bunch of giant powerful robots or one spinny boy? Or girl, I don't know the giant wheel's gender. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, I think I will just make this a two-parter. Hey. So I'm glad it came back once it was defeated. And I don't like being a monster. I just want to be a spinning wheel. Oh, there we go. Got 3 more minutes according to this. Oh. Yeah, you should just know you need someone to keep those two in line. Uh-oh. So he performed better during the dress rehearsal. Yeah, they made the biggest guy in school Rumpelstiltskin. Wait, was this in the script originally, or fair enough? Oh, yeah, see, that's what I was talking about. I thought that had happened to one of the putties earlier. I have to spin the straw into thread to repair his pants. Okay, and was that really going to be the end originally? Okay, so that's the end of that one. So it's different having a reaction in 2 parts instead of 3, but I'll take it. So I'm gonna shut that off. I've seen better. I've seen worse. That wasn't bad, I thought. So I think with some of these, I'll be able to see. Oh, I can tell why it was so low rated, and others I wonder, well, why didn't people like it? I honestly have no issue with this. I think maybe some people might bring up some of the same concerns like I did, like, oh, why didn't they take Tommy back to the moon base, or dispose of him somehow instead of just having him tied up, or and I know they say, oh, well, if they did that, it would. I understand that. I also wonder if they didn't like the putties being fooled They're putties, though. They're not some great military strategists or anything. So, yeah, like I said, I think this was an okay episode. I have thought it had some good moments. I liked the way the characters interacted with each other. So, not really a whole lot to say. I'm glad this turned out to be a good first reaction. And like I said, it really takes me back. Later on we'll see how I think of the seasons in which I don't have as much emotional attachment, because like I said, there have been so many seasons I didn't watch. I stopped watching partway through Turbo, not because I had any issue with Turbo, I just wasn't watching the series much at that time period. I was watching other things and doing other things, and that's it. So I don't know when my next reaction will be, but we'll see how it goes. I think that's all I have to say. It was neat rewatching this, though, because when I got to the one point I remembered, oh yeah, I have seen this, and just didn't remember most of it. So have a blessed night, everybody.